Good afternoon and welcome back to the Autumn Gold Curling Classic. We are on the ice with a B final, a Team Ha against Team Morrison. I'm Kayla Skurlick, the treasurer for the Autumn Gold Committee here, and I will be joined shortly by Ashton Skurlick, my sister, and also my second on my curling team. It's it's, I think every game I've commentated has started out with a blank, which is really good when I'm alone in the booth. uh, but yeah, I don't even have a glass of wine with me to solo drink. But we'll see Team Ha and Team Morrison at least switch up some of their draws so they're not all to the center at the very least. I got some insider scoop from the ice makers. Mike Libis and Dan Babola told me that they used a new nip technique to try to get more curl, so we should see quite a bit of swing in this draw, which I think is always exciting. Team Ha is training for the Slam next week, and then Team Morrison is, I believe, also on the cusp of Slam, so they'll be chasing that arena ice condition to practice on as well.
Probably closer. Okay.
And it looks like Team Morrison only is playing with 3, a tripod in the B final here. Sort of a deadly combination. I think it's an advantage, especially with sweepers of this quality. But we'll see how it goes.
Clean! Yes! Clean! Yeah, just clean. Yep. Good.
The only negative to triple knockout and playing 3 is that if you lose this one and have to go and play the C, it's quite a long day today and hopefully tomorrow if they qualify for playoffs.
I think if you sweep it.
And of course, Team Ha was in the A final last night, losing to Team Gim last evening when I commentated that one as well. Can't see the view, but I think they made it. Yeah, no problems there. Alright, and just while we get into this blank, let me pull up Curling Zone and get the other games going. I believe the other B final is also going on right now with Team Ueno and Team Kang. So you can tune into that one. We're also live streaming it on Sheet 5 just with no commentary. And then everybody else is grinding their way through the B. You have Team McMillan versus grinding their way through the C. We have Team McMillan versus Team Terranzoni, Team Mira versus Team Yoshimura, and Team Henderson versus Team Sturmay. So quite a stacked C division already in the C. I believe it is semis. Curling over here on this outturn side. We saw quite a few misses wide side on the outturn last night with Team Ha, so we'll see if they choke up the broom at all as they go into the later ends here. Right now it doesn't matter too much. It's nice to make the hit and stick just for practice, but regardless, it's going to be a wide open end.
He's good. Running a lot. Running a lot. Yeah, running. So we're really running. Okay.
It's looking a little bit heavy here.
Should come down.
Little break for the sweepers. But it's all good. Just need to stick in the rings this early on. They're learning, so.
I didn't think you were that much. Yeah.
Luckily, I can understand these girls from Great Britain, and they didn't think it was going to glide that far, so it's already getting pretty nice. And if there's any comments on where Rebecca is, their skipper, please let me know. I'm not sure where she could be, if she's just sick. I know they've played quite the tour so far, so that definitely could be the case. Easy, no mistake there, and we are going into the second end 0-0 with a blank.
Got a nice few reads there. That was good.
Nice
Too
feel.
fast.
I think it's the same, like curves a bit more in the 4-foot lines, but
Yeah. Makes sense.
also going straight. Do we want to go tight here?
I like tight.
Force
Yeah.
them to play a bit?
Yeah. For your
I gave you the edge of that grey thing. I'm going to throw the slower one first. I don't think the line's too bad on it. Number 4 so far. Thank you. Okay, this line should be nice and up to speed.
yeah, this feels good.
Line's good. Down there, so
Halfway! Way's good! It's really tight. Sit.
All right, and it looks like we'll get some rocks in play with the centerline guard up to start. Both of these teams like rocks, but with playing 3, they might play it a bit more simple. I'm crossing my fingers hoping they don't. And to everyone in Canada, happy Thanksgiving if nobody on the live stream has told you that already.
할 것 같아.
웨이트만. 라인 좋아. 아니 라인 좋아.
라인
위로.
그대로.
위로.
잡아줘 라인만.
조금 타이트하다. 살짝 돌겠다.
Looks almost perfect there with the corner guard, and we have an end set up.
약간인데
This will be a little bit more fun to watch.
이거 괜찮지?
잘 잡아갔다.
All right, and it looks like just a come around top 4.
That close.
Top 4! T! We're max! Backy!
I find sometimes that happens, especially as a lead when you play 3. You don't want to tucker out your sweeper, so sometimes you throw it to be there. And unfortunately, Okotoks ice just
Okay.
doesn't let you have that tolerance. It's quite nice early. So this one's sliding a bit deep. For the viewers, when you draw around your centerline guard, perfect spot is top 4,
Jen said
of
the same
course,
up
but
here. Like
you
she
want to
actually
be
wasn't
really full 8 foot so
a
that
far-right kick speed to her
your
draw shot, but she
competition
gave it more and
can't
it just-
use their corner guard and be shot rock. I think that they can right now. Team Ha use that and get shot rock on their corner, which is not ideal for Team Morrison. But the sweepers think this one's a little bit up too. We'll see where it ends up.
라인 좋아. 테이.
비슷해 뛰고 있어.
됐다. 잠깐만 준비.
A little bit too deep. Doesn't hold on to shot rock there. But definitely not chaseable, I believe. If they do, it's going to be quite tight to the corner. So we're going to see another come around top 4.
Okay, I'm just going to try to give you less kick speed and keep the ads.
Same ads. That sounds good.
Less ad. There, and for the viewers, there's sort of two things that throwers care about when they're drawing. See, there's where this one ends up. A little bit short, but still hang around for second shot. Yeah, Supers and the thrower in this situation care about how fast the thrower's kicking, and additionally, everyone in the game now sort of adds in their release a little bit of weight. So most people like to keep the same ad every single time, but if you are throwing a little bit heavier, a little bit light, obviously you're going to adjust in the hand at the very end. Got to make the shot first. Care about your technical second. Team Ha is phenomenal at these chase shots. This one just was a little bit wide, and it's not going to hang on there. Give Team Morrison another chance to draw to the forefoot to force. The force is very much alive right now.
First one. Okay. Right. Just want to get here.
This one's hanging. It looks quite heavy.
Keep going.
And it's not going to stick around for a second shot there. So there's sort of two shots here. Team Ha could chase the one in the back and sit 2, or they could come around either guard, really. They're opting for a hidden roll on seconds last here. It's getting a little bit late to play this, especially with their rock in the back of the tee. All right. An end and a half late, but I have my buddy commentator with me. Ashton has entered the building with gummy bears to apologize for being a bit late, so that's great.
Should have brought you a coffee instead. Had to wait to take a pie out of the oven, so.
We're seeing this, they're sweeping it, but it looks really, really close. Not a bad shot. We'll see what Team Morrison decides to do, and yeah, sort of predicted they would be coming around that corner to choke it off
Is this path going to be
at the very minimum.
a fraction slower? Go that, okay. Yeah, true, yeah.
Talking about a little bit fresher of a path here, the challenging part with obviously playing 3 is you don't have anyone, if that path doesn't seem to be quite as fresh as you thought, you don't have anyone quite to knife that over.
Doesn't look like they'll need the knife here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it at all, but it does seem like the weight is running okay here.
Yeah, I agree.
Hard carve. Hard. Hard
Really, really good shot here.
Keep going.
Team Ha's going to have some work to do now to get their
That still
deuce.
ran really nice.
괜찮은 것 같은데.
The benefit is at least it's their own guard, Team Ha's guard up, so they can run it back and sit shot rock here. They're opting to throw peel. We saw these run quite straight last night. We'll see if the new nip technique works out and we get a bit more curled. Peels will always run quite straight, so let's see. Might not get to see how much it curls. They called right out of the hand. It's going to just be a peel, I think.
Hopefully not taking out their own.
Yeah. All good. That's a great outcome.
Oh, we lie second. Okay. Yeah, I like
And
guard
Team
then.
Morrison's just going to put back up the guard.
Yep.
Their rock's in a perfect spot, just sitting top four there. If their rock had been back four, it would have been a little bit more of a debate, but not even a question right now. They're going to replace the guard and looking like a really strong chance for a force.
Failed there.
Right off for right now.
Load the line. Whoa. Cut. Hard cut. Whoa.
No, 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 no.
Sit down.
Okay.
Dig.
Sit. That's good, so.
A really good shot. Team Ha's going to have to debate whether they maybe freeze tap or just play the run, and the run makes the most sense to me here. At the very least, it'll open it up. They're playing the run to hit on the center line side and rip the double, but if they're ever they ever over curl like they did last time, they could be running back now Team Morrison's rock into their own, which could get a bit scary. I know Team Ha has no problem drawing to the pin on their last to score their one, but still to accidentally possibly sit four in the rings might for the other team might make it a little bit more pressureful.
Yeah, always a little bit of risk with the run. There's like a few things that can go wrong with this shot. You could dead nut it and have them sit behind the guard, and can't really be in or out either.
This looks really close. Great shot.
If we do come up here, it's not terrible. Yeah, give you a bit more ice and so.
All right, and we're going to see it come around. The corner guard.
Like, is that like?
So maybe grab a time on this one so you guys know what it's running.
Okay.
Might not be able to with the current view. Oh, no, I got it.
Yeah, your draw shot speed will be really close.
And talking a little bit about speed there, as their hack talk is, thinking it should be a pretty similar path to the last time they flew relatively close to here.
Sweeping right of the hand for line. It doesn't look too bad from this angle.
Really moving here at the end, though.
And 14-8. Pretty close.
That's good, Jen.
Good, Jen.
Nice.
Yep, so 14.83 seconds right to top four. And Team Ha is going to have to decide whether they play that run for the third time now or if they're going to draw. The corner freeze is exceptionally hard to get shot on. So I think they'll probably run. We're going to see a little bit of different speed in decision making from these teams with the three-man with Team Morrison and Team Ha here. Team Ha, as we sort of discussed last night, makes a lot of decisions as a collective foursome, and Team Morrison's more traditional. They're skipping and backhand crew make a lot of shots, and now without one whole person to contribute to the conversation, it could be even quicker. And although it looks pretty good for Team Morrison right now, if they end up making this perfect, it's going to be almost a guaranteed 2. I don't see how Team Morrison would combat that, so.
Even if you hit it a little bit low, I think even if you roll a little bit far, you have that red catcher on the side. But a couple of good things can come from hitting it a little bit low too. You might catch one of those back reds.
Yeah, and they're sweeping the whole way. Looks really, really close.
Great shot.
Really good shot. Are they shot rock though? We don't have Deadeye Deb here. And I'm very, very bad at this, but I think we're in the booth, they're saying it's red.
I'd agree. It definitely looks red from the overhead. But you never know with pin placement, you never know with camera angles. It can always look a little bit different over the top. They seem like it's pretty close, but there's not a whole lot you can do with that yellow rock. You can only see maybe a quarter of it. So they're most likely going to wrap around it. This is a much harder shot, especially if you ever hit it a little bit thinner and it chaps off that red and rolls in, then you definitely know that yellow is going to be shot, and it's almost a nose hit.
Yeah, really close, and Mike's told me that his pin placement's always perfect, so if we're off, it's the overhead camera. So we'll have to blame the people in the booth. We're opting for the draw here. I don't mind this shot call. I think it's sort of smart, but obviously we'll open the door for Team Hot to play the same shot over again and get a measure.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if this shot is made perfect. It'll be interesting to see what they play. They might just opt for the draw.
Yeah, we'll see.
Close for line. Yeah, line. We're a little heavy. Well, back heat. No. Close. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Back 4. No. No. Back heat is. No.
Really close. I know they're saying it's back
digging.
4, but
Good, Jen. That's good. That works.
almost as good as you can
Nice.
get.
Good job.
With only one
Little
rock to
more
come, Team Ha is not freezing on that, so we will see if they decide who is shot between those two. They have a few options. They can play the chase, really hard shot, and just play to hit out the red with a back line, or they can play that same run or just the draw for 1.
Looks like they're opting towards the draw.
Yep. Not a bad call, especially if they think that red is second shot there in the back. They make these draws look easy to the button as well.
This pass specifically hasn't been played all end though, so you gotta think that it's gonna be potentially fudging up when you get closer to the house. Might be something that the sweepers are thinking about in the back of their minds.
You think that, but seems like on Okotoks it's not too crisp out there at the beginning.
Sweeping pretty hard right out of the hand.
I agree.
Oh, here comes the third man sweeping.
They're really going.
Doesn't quite look like they got there.
Really close, but yeah, it'll be a steal of 1 for Team Morrison as we go into break. Thanks.
curl, curl, curl.
Ah, that's so unlucky. Okay, so that's so unlucky. I thought we were gonna get the back one. I was
How
like,
lucky can you get?
that's rough.
Man. Well, that was unlucky. If we had simple notes that I would do Yes, yeah.
아닌 것 같잖아.
그치.
오케이. 3, 라인 그대로.
7,
라인 좋아. 라인 좋아.
여섯, 7.
약간 여유 있는데. 웨이트 오고 있어. 최대한 가야 돼. 아니 스위치 안 돼. 약해. 아니 계속 오자. 더 내려와야 돼 라인. 라인 내려와야 돼. 칼. 조금만 더.
삼진은 센스, 미도는 캔슬.
What do you think? Do you think that's better? I'm missing like an edge of the double.
Can't hear you.
Wait, you have a look and see what you think of the double. Tight. Do you think we play a try and just get? I suppose even if we go for the inside and we nose, it's hard for them to still. I like going for the hand roll.
Okay. 12.
12. Okay.
Even at
11-5. Okay. Right. Okay. Should get a little more curl in the forefoot, but.
Welcome back. Looks like they're going for a hit and roll underneath this red one here. Just hack weight.
Steady.
No. Clean.
Yep.
What? No.
Whoa.
Curl.
Hard curl. Hard.
Okay, that's okay.
Just a nose there. Not the worst scenario possible there. Hitting the guard was always the detrimental shot there. A little bit tougher
11,
for
okay.
Ha. Can't really nose this shot.
Okay.
Most likely opting to roll away.
아직이야. 좋아. 될것 같아.
Sweeping this pretty early. Looks pretty close over here. Just sneaking by that back yellow one.
릴리즈가 약간 터치는 들어갔어.
Okay. Should be straight.
Morrison here with a chance to double out. Just hit maybe nose off nose to make that double.
Whoa! No! Yep!
No. Why are we? I thought we were taking it. No.
Sorry, Soph.
Just a little bit of a jump on that sweep there, thinking it was going to curl a little bit more. Interested to see who shot out of that red and yellow. Looks yellow from the booth here.
Okay. She was calling like we were going over the top, which I don't know why we would do that.
Gives Ha a chance to draw around this guard, make a really nice one. Sitting around top 8.
숨겨도 될 것 같아. 7.
thrown the shot last end, going the other way.
All right, Ashton, I'm back. Just went for turkey dinner and missed an end. How's it going?
Not too bad. Turkey dinner without the gravy or the turkey, I see.
Yeah, it's a sad day
Yeah.
in the celiac world, but
Some action here. Just tried some doubles, a few hit and roll tries here. Morrison on the last just overcalled a little bit of a double and stuffed it in the back, where you see that back yellow one sitting there in the 4 foot or in the 8 foot.
okay, but a little bit of a chance here to just freeze one on the lid. It's fun.
If you lock this on good, have a couple shots to go for Ha to try and get rid of it. Looks like it'll be over top of the pin, so it'll take Ha a couple of shots to catch up, see if they can still get their deuce.
Yeah, they look not bad for multiple right now. Looks like they're sitting, Team Ha's sitting 3, right?
I think so.
Line's good.
From here, it looks like that yellow is third shot for sure.
Yeah. Sweeping right out of the hand. We saw the last one come up a bit heavy. We'll see how far 2 sweepers can take this.
You got to think they want to at least drag it to third shot here, but will not.
Yeah, shoot, just a opportunity missed a little bit for Team Morrison, and Team Ha is going to capitalize and potentially lock another one on.
Unfortunate that they overlapped those reds too. You don't even have the option to run that back onto the yellows there.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. For a while, I thought Team Ha was going to hit and was a bit shocked, but it looks like they're just drawing, and I agree with that. Team Morrison will have a run still on that red. I know they can't see quite all of it, but luckily there's lots of yellow rocks on the right side of the rings there to run into on their first one. But Team Ha has to make this good. Right now, Team Morrison has the same shot again to freeze on the button if they do nothing. And they should have both ways into it still.
Yeah, opting to take the intern here, about a couple brooms more.
More ice, yeah.
A little bit out here too. It's kind of a sweeper's world out here, but on these shots for sure. But sometimes these wider paths can actually track a little bit better.
Yeah, maybe not in these early ends, but very shortly they will. The sweep, they're going hard. I think it's going to come up short. They might be able to get 4th shot. We'll see here. No,
Not quite.
Yeah, it just came up a little bit short, and Team Morrison should have another chance to put one on the button and sort of steal this end away from Team Ha.
New side completely for this draw.
Yeah, and they're shooting against a pile here right now for Team Ha. Rocks in the ring as yellow, so
yeah, this is where the 3-man has some disadvantages, especially on a fresh path. No matter how hard you can drag a rock as a single sweeper, always a little bit easier, especially in an unknown path, to have at least one person looking up and judging at all times.
and they like it. Just
Kind of taking off here.
yeah, a few early curls, and it's going to rack on that guard. This is getting quite dangerous for Team Morrison now.
What did you get on my one?
And I think Team Ha is just going to draw around again. We'll see if, now it's looking like a really, really good call. Yeah, they're seeing it too. A really good call for Team Morrison at this point would be to hit and roll off their own on the next one. But Team Ha acknowledges that as well.
아니요, 그냥 들어갈까?
There's always option for that tap too. The wider you go out here, the more unknown that path gets, and sometimes if you go super wide out, you see it more on slam ice than on curling rink ice, but sometimes those wide paths can run fairly straight.
Yeah, if you've been, that's one of the key differences. I think we're noticing that they don't run too straight here. They actually curl quite a bit outside in. So they should definitely have a draw still. Any way they want to go. I'm not sure what they're discussing now. I think there's only a couple shots. There's either the hidden roll off that red, or you come in again. Maybe you play the
Yellow tap straight back, but
yeah, it looks way harder than just the draw. So either one is definitely a good option.
looks like they're potentially opting for this hit and roll behind the guard.
Yeah, good call. Good call. Not a lot of risk with that. Even if it's one rock higher, it's a harder shot for Team Morrison. They end up just nosing.
And with this hit and roll too, if you get rid of that red, that top yellow one comes into play too.
Yep, I agree. They're either doing it on this shot or the next one. And Team Morrison is going to have a draw, I think, probably. Looks really, really close. They're curling it. Just nose. Not terrible. Not terrible by any means. I think Team Morrison's going to play the hidden roll off of it.
Gotta hit that pretty thin to be able to stick for second shot here.
Yeah, second shot looks not bad. They won't get first shot ever, but second shot should be pretty easy. They can roll across the whole rings. They just need to sit more in the 8-foot than Team Ha.
They can't really do
They're not
much
going to be
with
able to
it.
pick it.
Even if you're here, they can't do much with it.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
I like
Yeah,
the
I'm happy with that.
engine, yeah. So this is what we take for a normal draw.
They're going to opt to draw. I don't mind this at all. I like the
Maybe
draw.
more?
At this point,
think
it's
we
a
get
debate
all
between they
cards, I
give
don't
up
mind
5 or 6 if they miss. So might as well go for a shot that could potentially bring up a steal or a force. Changes the whole end here if Team Ha just mentally is thinking that they're going to get 5 and ends up getting forced. So don't mind this call at all. They're taking quite a bit more broom.
Yeah, the most important part is getting past that top yellow. Even if you're sitting back 4 or even back 8 at the end of this, takes away a few big points unless Team Ha decides to throw a crazy slash or something.
Yeah.
Line's good! Line's good!
Race close.
Where are they?
And supers like it. Super.
Too much red!
Not moving a ton. It's on that yellow rock right now.
Back out!
I agree. It should move at the end, but it's really, really out there still. Oh, and we saw it just die. Going to be wide open for Team Ha there.
Okay, good effort.
And I think this one's a no-brainer. They're just talking about where to put the broom, but this will be an open hit for potentially 6.
Unfortunate end here. Just a few light draws.
Yeah, and sometimes as viewers, you ask yourself how skips can't make a draw to the 4-foot, but it was in a brand new path, and definitely it was the shot that is going to give Team Ha 6, but probably not the one that sealed the fate here of Team Morrison. A couple of early misses sort of led to this outcome. They're giving quite a bit of ice. I don't know what kind of weight they're throwing. I know Team Ha has hit high side a little bit in the last game, so that would be the only miss there that I think Team Morrison's hoping for.
Right out of the hand, it looks like maybe they're going to hit that top yellow rock, actually.
I agree. It's really, really over curling. It might be a blessing.
Don't want to take out your own rock in the back here.
You don't want to not hit the open
No.
rock.
Very true.
That's going to be 2, which is obviously pretty good, but
What a lost opportunity for 6 there.
Yeah, exactly. All right, and we'll go into the break 2-1 for Team Ha.
I thought it was Max.
And welcome back. Just a around the rings update for you via Curling Zone. Weno and Kang are tied 2-2. Kayla McMillan and Silvana Tiranzoni 2-1 for Tiranzoni. Mira and Yoshimira. Yoshimira being up 2-1 there. And no score update so far on Curling Zone for the Henderson Sturmey game. Looks like it's still sitting at 0-0. Looks like Kayla will go grab that update for us while we tune back into our feature game here. Looks like we got some guards up. So great update from Kayla over here. Seems like Selena Sturmey is actually playing Park, not Henderson. So some interesting on Curling Zone there. And it sounds like Park is up in that game as well.
올라서 세게 올릴 걸. 맞아. 잼난이가 프리즈.
안쪽 7.
All right. Looks like Morrison has made a good freeze attempt there. Would be pretty hard to remove that stone at this moment. Looks like Ha's just going to try a little bit of a freeze.
라인은 그대로. 아웃. 라인은 그대로야.
Ha currently shot right now. Probably doesn't want to tap this red rock very much on this freeze attempt.
아니 오자. 라인 좋아. 계속 오자. 좋아. 조금만 더.
Really good shot there by Team Ha.
14, 6.
Morrison opting to tap on this one. If you hit the outside high of the yellow rock here, that red rock should drag back onto that yellow rock, tapping it back. Sounds like they're throwing back line in it for right now. But really, really starting to move here. Just want to make sure that you're hitting it high side. Nice shot there.
웨이트 낮춰서. 얘 그냥 천천히 나가. 걸려도 괜찮아. 얘랑 얘 사이가 조금 짧아서. 백. 좋아.
Ha opting to hit and roll behind the center guard here. Looks like a bit more ice than what they were taking for that nose hit the last end. Really, really moving here. It looks like they're gonna hit and roll, but it looks like gonna over-roll. Not a bad shot there, but it actually does give Morrison the opportunity to freeze onto their own red rock. It also leaves that those yellows open to double if they ever really, really need it. Should even drag onto that back yellow one.
Okay. T-line back 4. I think this path is going to not be as rapid as the out turn, but yeah, but still.
All right, and Ashton, it looks like a red shot 1 and yellow's second in the back. That's right?
Second and third. Does look like a lot of yellows surrounding that one red, though. Fortunately, Morrison will have hammer going into this.
Yeah, they're going to have to move something around to score 2.
A lot of the calls are calling for an early sweep out of their hand.
This might not be the angles that they want, though.
Shoot. It actually looks like they'll have a slash if they wanted to get rid of all the reds.
Yeah, not even a slash, just an off-nose double there. And all reds will go. And they'll actually sit probably on the 8 foot.
Yeah.
They're still, ideally, I think Team Ha might want to clear even the one in the back of the button. don't think it'll touch, but that might be their hope, because Team Morrison can always come down even after the shot is done and freeze again. A good time to have hammer for Team Morrison.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if anybody in the comments wants to ask us any questions, go ahead, ask away. We'll actually be playing Team Ha in Niskyu in a couple of days. So we're sort of hoping they come in a little bit tuckered out because they're playing pretty well here.
Looks like they're going to throw peel at this. Make sure that back one goes.
Yeah, they're taking almost no ice. I think that's a lesson learned actually from the A final that they played. I know they've had a couple over curl now, but they definitely had quite a few more last night under curl.
And a woe right out of her hand.
Looks pretty good though, honestly. Yeah, just a clean at the end.
And a really
No
nice shot
mistake
there.
Yeah. The red hangs on in the back though. I don't think it'll come into play, but hangs on. Just a little biter. The back of the 12 foot. Behind the guard.
It's tough because you don't really want to throw a freeze back to that back 4-1. Ha can always come and just lock it on. Then it's your scoring area is so small. It'd be tough to even get one out of that.
I agree.
Line's good.
Heavy call out of the sweeper's hand here.
Line's good. Line's good. Where are they? Whoa! Hard in. Still got backside. Where are they?
Looks close. If the weight's good, this is going to be perfect.
And a
it
really
is.
good shot.
Good serve.
Yep. They can, Team Ha can still see over half of the rock, so maybe they'll opt to pick it out. But if they freeze, the force looks really, really good here. I don't mind the pick out. Either one is not bad, but I think they're going to freeze.
Yeah, the only thing with the pick out is that you're going to give Morrison the same shot over again and give them the opportunity to make it better.
Yeah, I agree. Team Ha, as we know, we talked about last night on the stream, has played already 7 events this season, so this is their 8th event. And have qualified in every event except for one, already with 2 tour wins, both 2 cell events, the one in Toronto and the one in Oakville. And then Rebecca Morrison has actually curled quite a bit less, but had a very strong season as well so far. They placed 2nd in the AMJ Masters Tier 2 and placed 3rd in the Oakville Tankard as well. So
Yeah, very strong seasons for them both here. And that was a really good shot by Team Ha.
Yep. Team Morrison's going to have to decide what they want to do here, and if they want to freeze, I might be inclined to open it up a little bit, but it's getting a little bit late.
Right then.
Not really a
Yeah,
great
the tough part
freeze,
with the
like if they
freeze
come up
is
here,
if you don't make it absolutely
blast it
perfect
this
where you
way.
want it, and Ha can see a bit off the side of it, then they can hammer
I'm
that
not
red
looking
and
for
have
us,
the
I'm
yellow
looking
go
at what
right
she
back
has.
onto that.
Is it touch in the 6?
I think the 6, like she could probably
Yeah,
get
definitely
6
worth the
to go
discussion here.
but
Don't
probably
know
6
how
here.
they're going to score 2 right now.
That she blasted, that's still going.
The only shot really that they have for 2
No.
at the moment is drawing dead T-line, try to grip a little piece of that button.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we'll have
make
to
sure
see
we're
what
not
Team
off the
Ha
angle,
does with
like, when we
their
get to the
last
inside.
one.
So try to get right in here, but I'm guessing like
There's okay, yeah.
this is okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Similar to feet off, probably 2 feet off.
Alright, and we'll just see a freeze attempt. Not a bad call, but definitely shutting down the forefoot quite a bit. It's already pretty shut down, so this freeze I think is just to block
Sounds in the last, Jen.
Team Ha from playing a tap on their
Fair
next.
hair light.
Yep, yep. Wheel light.
Doesn't seem like this is moving a ton for where they want this to end up.
Whoa. Whoa.
I don't disagree.
Curl.
Perfect weight though, and it might not matter. Like curl at the very end. Yeah, just like that. Beautiful curl at the end, and that's a great shot. Almost the best they could have done there. Team Ha has no tap.
Good suit, Jen.
Seems like they maybe want to try and double tap that up. I don't know. I don't quite know what that would accomplish. I don't think you would be able to get any closer. I think that if you throw this tap, that yellow might rub the one in the top 4. And then just give them the same draw that they have, that wide in turn there to try and get their second point.
Yeah, I don't mind the dead freeze on the red, and actually if they end up just on the top 4, completely blocking off the in-turn path there, it's never bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Kind of more like the paths that we were playing in the last time. Okay. Because that felt less in the hand, and it still ran quite good.
And it holds the line very well.
Yeah.
They're really, really talking about this tap here.
Yep. Yep, and maybe they're seeing something we want. If nothing else, it's going to tap them to the button, and it could be very, very, very hard to score too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it looks like the tap is the only thing they're seeing, so we'll see what that does.
Interesting path here if they do play this tap. Morrison in the last end threw a couple down this path, and they look like they really grinded and curled.
Yeah, I would agree. All right. Team Ha likes it now. Yeah, Kyler and I were debating last night. When you skip by committee here with all 4 members being able to decide the shot, it makes for quite a long game. We're seeing that more and more in the curling world. Is really, really long 3-hour curling games. So
Yeah, and I don't know how warm it is this year, but Okotoks rank a little bit colder than some of the other ranks.
yeah, it would be interesting to see maybe a chess clock or something be implemented. We'll see if that helps. The blank attempts are going to go down as well by the sounds of it. This one's taking off just like you said, Ashton. They might accomplish their goal anyway if they just nick this guard, but
Ooh, but if
they're
they get
getting
by, I think they might touch that red one.
yeah. It also sort of accomplishes their
Yeah.
goal as well. It really locks down that one side for Team Morrison to draw.
It also opens up that opportunity that if they ever needed to hit that red into that yellow.
She can hit the 4 high and get enough like onto 6 to kill 1. So I don't think she can either.
I don't think she can as well. I don't think the angle's really there. So
Guard this then. Yep.
I think Team Morrison is
Yeah.
hoping they're just going to take
Ideal is
one.
like here.
With this guard, I think they're just conceding if they're going to get one this end.
They always have the really wide tap off of that red. Incredibly hard shot, but that's their only. It's really their only option for 2 should they guard this perfectly.
Yep. Yeah, and the reason you're seeing the guard is because if Team Ha noses
past
that
the yellow,
red,
okay.
then
Yeah.
both reds will potentially go. And that's what Team Morrison is most afraid of, is to
There.
be having no shot for one in the
Subtouch.
last if they do
Okay.
nothing.
Yeah,
This is a good
against
slip path.
a bundle there.
Yeah. Team High, I think, unless they make this perfect, will have a run back on their yellow to accomplish the same thing.
Line's
But
good.
3 quarters.
or of course, if they are so bold, they'll play the run back on the
Three-quarters. Line's
red
good,
rock
son.
that Team Morrison's throwing here.
Halfway.
Go. No, line's good.
Just halfway.
Go.
Looks pretty close though if they overlap this.
Hard.
Definitely won't have that run anymore. Pretty good shot there.
Yeah, it almost looks framed. We will see if Team Ha sees that though. Could be another long discussion.
탭 있기는 하다.
Looks like they're looking at a few runs here.
I think they're actually just looking to block off the draw path and concede one. Not a bad option. Go tied into the fourth end.
저 1번들 없애는 방법은 없는 것 같아요. 아웃? 한 3푸드 어때요? 앞뒤기라.
Yeah. Yeah, the booth is seeing it too, just to play that run on the yellow rock there, and they can probably get rid of both reds. It's framed, actually. You just hit as much as you can see, and both reds are gonna go, but they're opting to play the guard here and concede one. No matter what, Team Morrison has that tap on the corner, so there will be at least, I believe, an attempt for two.
Yeah, and they're blocking off this draw, but I don't actually think that draw is there right now. With how hard we're seeing it cut in that spot, I think unless you're throwing a ton of rotation to get by that top 8 red one, I don't actually know if that draw is quite there with such a late finish.
We did see a spinner already here for two.
Nice.
Yeah, and Team Kitazawa made it. So it is, and anything's possible out here. No mistake there. Team Morrison's still going to have the tap,
The
and
tap's still there.
And
they
then
see
she's
it too.
talking about it now.
the draw definitely not there. Spinner or not, it's not there anymore. But the tap is easier anyway. Not
I don't know,
not
Jeff.
that both aren't hard.
Well, there's nothing else, so
And yeah, they realize it too. No other shot here but that tap.
And no risk really, like I can't see with the tap weight them ever tapping their red not shot,
You said
so
not there. I was like, okay.
it'll just be a really hard attempt for two.
just sneak by the guard.
Exactly like that.
Leave it
No need to
expensive.
commentate.
Just got to throw the perfect
Well,
weight
but
with
you
the
feel
perfect
like-
line. Then that's how you that's how you make curling shots.
Yeah, they're not taking a lot of ice for this actually, so we will see. They
They're
must-
probably throwing back line. That rock has a lot of room to go here.
Wait, slow!
Yep. Whoa. No.
Looking really close.
really close.
Hard call.
Oh, and just
Oh,
under curl.
just not enough.
Okay.
Good effort, Jen.
Good try, Jen.
Really good try. And we'll go to break.
탭은 나와.
그 라인에 더 돌려도? 우리가 앞쪽을 다 우리들로 포진 시켜놨는데 얘네가 드로우 하려면 넓게 들어와야 되잖아. 근데 이게 L이랑 L까지 간다고 해서 드로우전이 나오지가 않는데 그럼 우리가 걱정했던 게 탭 아니면 레이저였으니까 그걸 가리는 걸 A로 봤어야 된다. 나는
All right, and we're going to see some action here in N5 with the center line guard up. A little bit higher than I think they plan to call, but we'll see. We'll see the come around here for the easy deuce. All right, and we're seeing these ends become very, very standard, honestly, at this point. Another come around freeze for Team Morrison.
Felt heavy.
Okay. Please close. For Max. Back 8. Go. Heads up. You get time on that, Jen.
Good shot by our lead, Sophie Jackson. And a little bit of a fun fact, on the ice right now without Rebecca playing skip, she's out. There's actually 2 Sophies on the ice, so if you're listening and you hear a lot of good shots, Soph, that's because there's 2 Sophies on the ice. So for the first, I think, 6 shots of the end, it's all Sophie throwing.
All right, and came back with a few updates on how the other shoots are going. Yoshimura is up 3-1. Kang up 4-2.
Sorry, who is Yoshimura playing? just so we know.
Oh yeah, I guess I should have added that. Let my curling zone load here. Yoshimura is up 3-1 versus Mira. Sturmey versus Park Sturmey's up 4-2 on that sheet. Tiranzoni versus McMillan. Tiranzoni is up 3-1. And Schwaller versus Henderson are having a barn burner over there. Schwaller being up 5-4 with Hammer.
Awesome. And great shot by Team Haas, sort of the team that we know them all for, is playing a lot of those soft weight hits perfectly. No mistake on that one. Now Team Morrison's in a little bit of trouble.
Felt heavy.
Close. Oh, raise up. No. Whoa.
And just sneaking by that guard.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, having it go back onto that red one, but great shot either way.
Really, really good shot. Just needed it to curl a shade less, and they probably would have had the board weight double there. Team Haas still has to hit it, though. It's in a really dominant spot in the rings.
Looks like they're playing hack on this shot. Probably only see a solid half of this rock. Most likely opting to roll away.
Yeah, which is good. That's all they need to hit. Sometimes if you see too much of the rock, you jam, so.
Yeah. Looks like a little bit wide here. Other sweeper going to help curl this rock.
Yeah, we saw this athleticism last night as well.
I think if I ever tried that, I'd probably fall and burn the rock. Unfortunate there that they've hit it on that really wide side rolling out, leaving, actually pushing Morrison up to B shot.
But it's not buried anymore. It's wide open.
Where is that yellow at the back? That one, okay.
Team Team Morrison's going to opt to hit after a couple of
Okay,
scary
I have
ends with a
11
lot
down
of
here,
Team
and
Ha
they've
stones
run
in
really
play.
nice,
So I don't mind this call at all. I think it's maybe a bit smarter. You hit the doubles hard and you don't lose something for Team Ha to potentially score 6 off of later
Yeah.
in the game.
Definitely a more defensive call here.
Curl.
And if anybody were paying attention to the other events going on right now, oh, this really has to move. I think it will though.
Really moves on that in-turn spot there.
Good sweep.
Yeah,
Good so. 11.
really great, really hard double. So I think we'll see Team Ha just hit and roll. Yeah. If you, anybody were paying attention to any of the other events going on right now, the St. Paul Cash Spiel just wrapped up with Team Kim taking the win there, so another fellow Korean team. And then in the Sable Grand Prix on the men's side, it's going on right now with Evan Van Amsterdam versus Team Goskins in the final.
Yeah, Jeremy seems to be doing pretty well in that spiel, so.
Yeah, if anybody knows, my husband plays on Team Van Amsterdam, so I've got both screens up here right now, watching him as well.
This is really warping over. It looks like it's just going to hit nose.
Yeah.
It'll give Morrison a really nice chance to hit and roll and stay above that tee line there.
Did that
Nice and good. Go.
curled nice? Okay. Right, so that was 11-6. Go 11.
This hit and roll is made perfectly. You're probably going to see a tap come out of Team Ha on their next one.
Yep, I agree. Looks really close as well.
No. Looks firm, yeah.
Curl up.
Just a little bit heavy. It's going to stick around though for second.
Okay, so that's alright.
So no harm there.
Doesn't really leave them a double there, so accomplish the goal of sitting 2.
Yeah, no, the force is definitely in play. And Team Ha, I think, is going to switch gears and maybe draw.
앞쪽 7판. 7판. 예, 퍼플 3분의 1
Definitely right up their alley.
Yeah, this team loves playing to the middle. They're really good at it too.
And drawing.
And drawing. They're a really good draw team, really strong tap team.
Yeah.
Definitely haven't missed many low weight shots against us, that's for sure.
Yeah, you know, when you're number 4 in the world, you actually just don't miss many shots, period. Although, if you remember back to the third end, I think they had a chance for 6 that they missed a wide open hit, so a little bit uncharacteristic. Getting fooled a little bit on the ice, I think.
아니 라인 좋아. 마지막에 스위치다. 웨이트 좋아. 스위치 라인. 팔. 테이만. 웨이트 테이만. 얍. 아니 맞아. 웨이트 라인. 조금만 돌려.
Really nice shot there by Team Ha.
Yep, about as good as you can get. Team Morrison's going to have to deal with it. There's enough room to get by to score another point as well, so slay.
G7, okay. Okay, it's not too far away then, speed-wise.
This is quite a bit less ice than they've been taking to get around the center guard. Wondering if this spot is starting to straighten up a little bit.
I think they're just playing a little bit more weight.
Okay. Line's good!
Line's good. Hard done.
Hard done!
As far as it goes.
Hard!
You got it.
Hard done!
Hard.
Keep going.
You got it. Come on. Go.
Wow, about
Okay.
as good of a sweep as you can get on that one. God, that looked not in the rings halfway down the ice. Really good sweep. Team Ha is still going to have a chance to come around again. I think
인턴이 좋지 않나?
that's probably what they play.
빨간 것 때문에.
Morrison left that red one open for them. They could always come and tap this back, especially if Ha gives them the opportunity
또 괜찮기는 해.
to hit something over on that side.
여기 타겟 될 것 같아.
Yep, I don't disagree.
탑킥. 탑킥.
Yeah, at no point did Team Ha think about blanking the end this end. So
No.
even though there's no corner guard up, there's no chance of a blank, which is good.
Must be practicing for the slam where you're actually only allowed one blank per game. So hopefully viewers will be pretty happy with all of the rocks that are going to be in play coming up in the next slam here in Niskyu.
아니 잘해줬어.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
페이스 봐. 라인은 좋아. 약간 여유 있어. 라인 좋아. 얍. 아니 같이 와.
They're going right out of the hand. We'll see. It's curling really, really hard. See
That
if they can
third
get
man
it there.
sweeper.
Yep.
They may have left this open enough though that Morrison can come in and
Right onto it, ours should be
slash
short.
that out.
Yeah, you and I have definitely different definitions of a slash.
Sorry, well,
Looks
I
like
mean,
a-
they can
looks like
they can
a
hit it off nose,
Yeah.
get that shot rock out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Other options are to come in turn.
Ashton, you're really caught up on the Blue Jays. Are they playing tonight?
They are. They play around 6 p.m. in their first game against the Mariners. So
right now.
Right now, oh, not quite.
Are you seeing
It seems like a lot of the baseball games are going at like 6:08, 2:08. So
I was liking the double.
might not be on yet, but
But you're
definitely,
gearing up.
definitely rooting for the Blue Jays. I have my Tulowitzki jersey on, so
Yeah, close to ready for it.
ready to go for when I start watching that game.
What an OG jersey.
It is an OG jersey, one of my favorite second basemen.
You like that, Ice?
Looks like they're throwing some pretty hard weight here.
Yeah, I love it. This is we talk about Team Ha's strengths, and this is a strength for Team Morrison for sure. They know how to throw them hard and really, really accurately. So Team Ha gave them an opportunity. We'll see if they take advantage.
Sounds like a no right out of her hand, but it actually doesn't look too bad.
Yeah,
Not a bad
s-
shot
okay.
there.
No, not bad at all.
And I believe Red is sitting shot in the back now.
I thought I was going to bounce it out, then it just popped
Yeah.
over.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
that's
really,
fine.
really straight. Sometimes people's outturns can sneak up on them, and by people I mean mine.
Probably
So
the slide just going that way a bit too, and then it just put it down there, yeah.
I know Jeremy plays quite a bit of fantasy football. Who's he rooting for
see that
to
slow
get
jump over
into playoffs here?
I don't really care about who Jeremy roots for.
I
I root
like
for
it
the
when it
Eagles. So
Particularly when there's three of us. It's like,
they're talking about a little bit. Team Morrison's talking about the difficulties of playing three with just one sweeper, especially on those peels. Normally you have two sweepers
be careful.
to curl and to keep straight. With one sweeper,
The double should be
sort of
there,
hard to
yeah.
get the curl going and switch sides in time when they throw so hard.
Yeah, and I know you wholeheartedly believe that playing three is an advantage. Heard that a few times. But as the person who's sweeping all these rocks, it's definitely hard to switch to a knife off your bad side. Especially on a peel. You feel like an awkward duck even just switching sides in general, and then you have to go try and knife a peel. It takes around half the rocks, half the time the rock is going down the ice to switch over to the other side. So by then you're just hoping that you don't burn the rock or absolutely kick it to the other side of the sheet. So
A little bit of an opportunity here. Team Ha, I think, is just playing for T-line. I know some teams would think to come down to that red and top it a little bit to be first and second, but that would open up the door for Team Morrison to freeze one in there. Although this is looking a little bit up.
really starting to grind here at the very end, though.
Yeah. No mistake there.
Oh,
Pretty
good
perfect.
shot.
The double's
It
there.
does open up the opportunity here, and Morrison is looking at it to try and make that double.
Yep. hit as
Probably
much as-
around half a rock.
Yeah, hit as much as you can see, and I think you have it made. It probably jams, but
You're thinking go across the top. Okay.
okay, really thin across the top.
The other thing is, like, do we force if we go here? She has this tap, which isn't that hard.
Yeah, I sort of agree that I would maybe naturally call the freeze, but the tap is not that hard. It only has to move
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
feet, so I don't mind this
Okay.
double at all, even.
What are you seeing? My first thought was a double, but
The
are you
double,
just
have
thinking
to-
it might? What's
Yeah.
the thoughts
Yeah, I think the double naturally jams,
to
but
get across?
The only other shot option you have if you're really concerned about the jam is just tapping up that red. You can probably see about 3/4 of it.
yeah, you don't even have to
How much
play
of double
tap.
do
You
you
could
need?
play
Is it like
weight at it.
Yeah, and try and shoot it through the hole.
Yeah,
Hard shot.
yeah, really hard
Definitely your
shot.
hardest option for shot, but if you make it and make it good, it's actually probably your best outcome.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just not confident like it misses this. Let's go for the freeze, I think. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I know that tap is there, but you actually can't see all of that yellow rock. So if they
Think that one did
overlap
jump,
this
but I don't
this
mind
draw a
seeing it.
little bit, or even just come nose,
Okay, I got a 14-2 on her draw there.
they're gonna have to try and hit as much as they could possibly see to not have that come off the top of the red. If they make the freeze perfect, that is.
I agree, and we saw Team Ha have a little bit of trouble in
Okay.
this spot making hits, so not the worst to give them something they were struggling with. I think
Yeah,
this will be
that's-
fairly
it's
close.
going
I
to be
know
close
both
'cause it
teams
looks
have
good from
thrown
hand.
quite a few draws in this spot.
Wait, only right now!
Okay, where's Max just now? Hard.
And it looks a little bit heavy,
Yeah, it's really running out there.
but
the
it's
last,
trying.
Yeah, the last time she threw in this path, it was fairly new. And so Team Hop most likely polished it up, especially on their last couple.
Okay,
Okay.
13-4.
All right, and we'll see if not a bad plan B shot, because taking that over definitely leaves way trickier double.
Yeah, it looks like they're looking at some to begin with, they were looking at some around like a horseshoe shot so that they could try and get that one in the back 4 out, but looking like they're opting to just play the same draw that they just did.
Yeah, it makes sense too. I think is really important here.
Getting 2 here is really great. You're tied right now.
Trying to brainstorm anything at all
To get rid of that back red one.
yeah. I do not see much, but
Me neither. It looks like the draw is their best option here.
I would agree.
아 근데 걸리는 거 별로야. 나 드로우가 나을 것 같아. 아 여기가 컬이 있으면 해보겠는데 약간 뻗는 쪽이라.
And they agree as well. They're just playing the draw for 2, I think.
맞아. 요점을 따고 가는 게 맞아.
A lot of excitement on the other sheet session. I'll be excited when you give me the
after the
game
send
time
update.
Yeah.
All right, and here we go. This path should be pretty polished right now. Considering this is probably a 5th rock down this spot. We also just saw Morrison come up quite heavy the last time they threw this, but this also running.
I don't think there's any mistake here. Just a clean, clean, clean to the perfect spot.
Perfect.
All right, and we'll go into the break with Team Ha up 2.
That's fine. Okay. Okay. It's all good.
Get 2 back. 2 or 3 would be nice.
Yeah.
I was thinking double corner.
Double corner, yeah.
Still seeing it out turn?
For the first one, yeah, and then I think like either
So
side.
the other side, yeah.
Yeah, if it's long, obviously then. We'll
Sounds good. Okay.
okay.
Halfway!
All right, and for the first time all game, I
Just halfway!
believe
come
we're
on.
seeing Team Morrison throw a corner guard. I know Team Ha has, but I don't think Team Morrison has, so this will be quite fun to see. They
Okay.
definitely need to.
Yeah, we're kind of at the point in the game
So?
going into the 6th end where 2 is really important. You don't want to be down 1 in the 7th
team put one
without
tight
kind of a
down
tough
there?
spot to be in.
I agree.
Could do, it's just
Couple of
halfway.
other game
Yeah.
updates for you here. Yoshimura is up
See where this goes.
4-1, still playing the 6th end there. I believe they're in skip stones. Kang is up 4-3 on Bueno. And then Schwaller is up still 5-4. They're coming in to skip rocks here too. And then Sturmey gave up a 3 against Park. So Park is now up 5-4 playing the 6th end.
Thanks for the update, Ashton.
Yeah. I missed one. Tiranzoni up
Do you like that?
3-2 on Kayla McMillan, with Hammer still playing the 6th end. I believe they're in last stones there.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice, and all teams are in the C except for Kang.
Same slide.
Bueno.
Give you some in the hand.
Sounds
I
good.
believe.
I know that C grind well. It's not an easy one to play out at Autumn Gold. Back-to-back games for sure. Typically 3 in a row. And that's something that Morrison playing 3 here.
Top 12.
Sweepers would get pretty tired.
Yeah. This looks pretty close. Really, really moving with the knife here.
Almost want to switch to carry it.
Oh,
Oh, I
and
don't quite think that's biting.
did that get in? No.
Nice.
Little stack corner though, not too bad. And a great sweep.
Yeah, she really moved that rock over.
라인 그대로야. 웨이트. 아니 라인. 라인. 한 라인. 라인.
Calling line right out of the hand.
어디야? 와.
It looks like it's on the guard. We might see
그냥 내줄게.
double guarded center situation.
Yeah, those are pretty close together though. Think you can potentially get over the top of it, just hit it half and try and get that yellow one in the rings too. potentially stick as a guard over there for second corner.
Yep, I agree with you.
I don't mind that.
Good opportunity.
Yeah, I like that then. We thought there wasn't as much a gap as that. Easy peel. What? Maybe that rolls too far. 9. Yeah, okay, I like 9.
I like it with 9 too.
Yeah.
2/3.
Try to be able to stick over there as a guard.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams make the mistake of making sure that they double peel,
Try and stick.
but
Our
sticking
on
around as
their
a
top
third
yellow
corner
might
guard's
stick
not
as
bad.
well, like over near our corner guards.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like they're going over the top
See,
here
maybe a hair
to be
less.
able to roll.
For 2/3.
Roll over
probably,
to
I
their
don't
red
think they can
corners.
do anything.
Yep, I like it.
Oh, yep.
This looks really, really close. Maybe just under
Close.
curled.
Might catch that. Great shot.
Yeah, really good
Just
shot.
got to the other side. That's
And that yellow one stayed off the, not like the ideal spot for a corner guard, but at least it's off the guarding that button area there.
I agree.
And if anyone was watching this week, there was the pre-trials into the Olympics for countries to qualify their teams into the Olympics. So I believe it was in Aberdeen, Scotland. A few teams were playing, and the Philippines men's team qualified in, I think, going undefeated. It was a really great tournament for them. Poland qualifying second in, and then New Zealand actually qualifying the last one in to get to go to Kelowna to try and qualify their countries in.
In the last chance.
Yeah, in the last
yeah.
chance. It's a hard spiel there. Dropkins in that one. A few other really, really hard teams. A little bit of a mistake there from Team Ha. Really warped over, and now Morrison will have a good opportunity to get around their guards.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole
Hole's hard.
yeah, if we see one more guard up after this, it'll be the build the wall strategy.
That's Jeremy's favorite strategy in league play.
Yeah, it might work out pretty well for Morrison here as well. So we will see how well this draw looks. It doesn't look bad to me. Looks pretty good.
It's starting to go now, but it's really, really close.
One of the smoothest transitions I've seen from knife to straight there. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's pretty hard out there to do that. Speak out of that as experience. On the women's side, the Czechia women's team qualifying to get into go qualify their teams. Germany's women's team, and then Australia's women's team qualified in to get to go.
이거 보면서 그것도 나쁘진 않겠다. 이 플랜으로
And we're just debating whether Brazil is in at the Olympics, and they're not in right now, I don't think.
있는 게 먼저로. 야, 라인이 먼저인 걸로. 뒤로 와도 돼.
Unfortunately, maybe next Olympics though. Yeah.
제 여섯에 있다 그랬지? 오케이. 숨는 게 먼저. 타는 안 될 것 같아, 우리.
And Ha opting to go around their guards again.
Yeah, sort of a bold call up too. I maybe would play that run back, but not a terrible thing to go around your own guards.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough spot over there because if you're throwing that out turn to make that run, there's a chance that you hit that side red and have the rock you're hitting roll into the rings, have it stick for second shot. Little bit of the line line call mistake there.
Oh,
Racking
this
on their
is the
own
build the
guard, but
wall.
it's Jeremy Hardy's favorite strategy out here. Build the wall.
Are you trying to tap this?
And now it'll just be taps. Oh, this will be a lot of fun.
Wide.
That or they try to come
that's
out
probably all they
wide
got.
here to draw.
Yeah, just have to try and.
There is a draw, but it's very hard.
Yep.
It looks,
Like
yeah,
this?
real tight.
I
think have to
would
go wide,
agree.
Yeah.
Yep. When we've seen some out wide over there, they have run like a good line for a while.
You had a wide one down here, didn't you? Yeah.
They're gonna play it anyway. I think if they make this draw, it's probably the
If you,
best
like,
option.
6 feet. from
Team
that
Ha
one.
will have an opportunity to run, but they're going to have some work to do for sure.
Line's good.
This is kind of a tough spot. No one's been out this far.
Wait, line's good. Line's good.
Line's really good.
Looks like a really, really close shot. It should.
Hold on, no,
We
no.
should see it grind in the house with how
no.
far out this is.
No,
Whoa,
stop.
whoa,
Perfect.
Good
Perfect
job,
shot.
Cannot make that much better than what they did. The angle is quite tough, and it's completely buried around that staggered corner guard situation that Team Ha put up by accident.
Yeah, you're probably going to see some sort of run on their yellow here. Even if they don't stick it, probably a better opportunity to try and freeze to something on their next. Well, they talk about this if anyone is interested. The Jays are up 1-0 in the bottom of the first against Seattle, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Do you know who scored?
I can always check that. Let me just take a quick look-see here on my MLB app. All right, looks like Georgie Springer is doing his job, giving us a home run in the first inning here.
And Team Ha, they're tapping, hey?
Yeah, really hard
Or are they
shot
playing a run?
here. No, it looks like they're going for the tap. It's quite a lot of ice to be playing for a run. That,
Yeah, it's a tap.
yeah.
I don't mind it if you make it. It's a great shot. Tough, but really good. And it looks
Really close.
really, really close.
Looks a little light though.
No, just perfect.
No, just
Ashton.
perfect. Yeah. But Morrison will have through the hole here.
Yeah.
3/4. More than that, actually.
You see an 11 or 10?
11, do you think? 11? I've had a few 11s down the 4 foot, so. Do you like that?
Not too much ice for an 11-second here. Let's see if this takes off on them. The hole is very, very tight, but
And this is a spot that we've seen it take off for sure. We'll definitely want to broom down on it the whole way.
Clean. Yep.
Really got to go on this one. She's really holding it.
I think it might work out regardless. There we
Oh,
go.
great sweep.
Sweet.
Great shot.
Ha will have the opportunity here to go through the same hole. Looks like they have a little bit of space on that intern side. Will have the opportunity to roll behind their guard.
Yeah. A little bit of space is relative. The hole's like a rock and a half big.
True, but they did just watch Morrison go through this same hole. Get really, really tight to that guard. And if Ha's, this is their bread and butter shots that they've played.
I agree.
I agree with you.
The other option is, of course, to play the run. Make contact in the middle there. I would maybe be debating playing the yellow run a little bit high. Seems to leave a little bit more room for some tolerance, but whatever they want to make. They're all crouched down now to measure exactly how much room they have.
Team Ha definitely loves their team discussions.
Yeah. But I think they've decided through the port. To them makes the most sense. I don't disagree. I think they make a lot of these shots in games, so no argument from me on this one. I think it might be hard to get shot rock out of it, but
Yeah, I agree. Getting a little bit scary for Team Ha. Morrison sitting 3 right now. 2 are completely buried behind guards.
I would agree. I'm not sure if they're the team to get scared.
It's true. Yeah.
Asking for a little bit more ice. This is very, very similar to the ice Team Morrison gave.
Yeah.
Now.
Sounds like they're going to be playing 10 here.
Okay. So pretty close to the same weight Team Morrison threw as well. I know they wanted 11, but threw a little bit up.
A woe call right out of her hand, but quickly changed to sweep really, really hard. Getting really close to that guard.
I don't think they're going to make
Will not. We'll get a little bit of a break there with that yellow rolling in to set 3rd shot.
But somehow almost all of Team Morrison's shots are still behind cover.
It's true. If they opt to hit this, though, they will leave Team Ha with at least a double opportunity.
Yep, I agree.
Kind of difficult.
I agree with you. The hit is for to lay 5.
It's true, yeah.
10?
If you nose it,
They
though.
haven't, no. Yeah. This also is like okay.
Yeah, that's true. I like 10.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind them rolling, and I think even if they kick a few rocks around, it's not a terrible situation. Nose is great too, though. Leaves the around the horn. I agree. Not that is an easy shot.
Lead! Yep! Lead's good! Yep!
Right out of her hand.
Fight!
Still looks like it's by.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Really good sweep.
Great
Okay,
shot
that's not
there.
bad.
Does leave in around the horn, but I think that even if they make the around the horn, Morrison still has the opportunity to sit 3 at the end of it.
Yeah, I think it's okay to be bold here. Just play the hidden roll. Completely buried. One of
Yeah,
the
I
toughest
agree.
shots in curling, but I think the hidden roll is maybe the call here.
They're gonna leave us something.
I'll email.
Talking a lot about this shot here, I think they're kind of stuck in between the around the horn
Yeah.
and then just playing that hit and roll.
Hard.
Yeah, the hidden rolls are tough. They're not as easy as people make them look on TV, that's for sure. But it's sort of the only thing that puts them in a spot to maybe not give up a huge, huge end here.
Yeah, I agree. There's a couple of things that you can do with this around the horn too. Obviously, you have to hit it quite thin to be able to play that shot. But if you hit it a little bit thicker, I think you potentially run into the side of that other red. Or even just run into the side of it and then have it shoot downwards.
Yeah, you could just straight roll as well. You don't even need to hit into the side. Just straight roll. There's lots of potential with this shot. I don't mind it at all. At this point, it might be coming down to whatever your skip wants to play.
None of the shots are easy that they've given her, so. Looks like opting to hit this one pretty thin.
Ooh, curl right of the hand.
Yeah, it looks like they're maybe just nosing that one red. Not bad, but you leave that yellow very open for Morrison to just come and hit and roll into the center off of it.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that's the only shot they'll have to play, and if they make this roll well, Team Ha is not going to have a lot to save themselves. And it was just played, so Team Morrison will know the line here very, very well.
Yeah, almost better on this shot to over-roll to those corners versus under-rolling. The last thing you want to do is give Ha an out to hit and roll behind yours.
I agree. You can even roll out here and it's not bad.
Yeah.
You're still lying 4.
And your 4 are all behind guards.
Yep.
Looks like they're going to get the big roll here.
Yep.
And it will stick in the back there.
Ooh, it might.
And that is the end.
Yeah.
What a turn of the tides here.
Yeah, you'll see Team Ha had a hit for 6 at one point in this game, and now Team Morrison with a hit for 5. Yeah, so really high scoring potential in this game. We'll see a 7-4 lead for Team Morrison going into the break. All right, a bit of a turn of events in the last in the game, first half to second half here. It was sort of a Team Ha domination in the first half of this game, and then huge swing in the sixth end with Morrison picking up 5 points to go up 3, heading into 7. We'll see Team Ha put both corner guards up now, trying really, really hard to score 3, if not 2.
One. I like that.
Ashton's just grabbing a quick score update. We see from the camera Schwaller and Henderson. Schwaller is up 5-4 still. Looks like a couple of blanks in those middle ends.
Free cores! Just free cores!
All right, and back with a score update for you guys here. I hear that Kayla's already updated you on seeing Schwaller and Henderson's scores over there. 5-4 for Schwaller. A little bit of an update on sheet 1. Sturmey scored 1 in the 6th to tie things up there. Just grab my scores that I've written down for the other sheets. Tirinzoni took it away from Team McMillan, scoring 2 in the 6th and stealing 1 in the 7th to win that game 6-2.
Really tough pull.
Really tough pull, yeah. Tirinzoni's always a really tough pull to get
In the sea.
in the sea. We'll see them on Tuesday for our first game. Kang is up 6-4 on Ueno. And Yoshimura finishing off that game strong, going 6-1 against Mura.
Awesome.
Yeah, I like this.
We'll see some peels for the rest of the end with Team Morrison. They actually lined up, I believe, a triple in the middle, so there is a chance for Team Ha here to potentially get 2.
Whoa! Clean. Just clean.
It's got to feel pretty good for their lone sweeper out there to be sweeping peels rather than pounding some draws.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Haas still has a corner to draw around, though. Seems like they'll take advantage of that on this next shot.
근데 어차피 위로 지나가게 깊게 오면은 위로 지나갈 수 있어.
그냥 먼저 컴.
가재.
Yeah, I think they have no choice now. I think you throw the corner at least one more time. Otherwise, there might be no rocks in the rings for Team Ha by the time they get to skip rocks.
그냥 안 건드려도 돼?
Team Morrison is always happy to give up 2 here. Definitely 1. A force is great for Team Morrison, but even 2 isn't bad now.
No, the last thing they want to do is give up 3 or 4 here, though. That would be pretty rough for them.
I agree. It doesn't look like that right now, but I know a lot of things can change.
Team Ha here opting to tap, just try to stay right on the nose of that red rock.
Yeah, it might be a blessing in disguise for Team Morrison because that triple's lined up, and as soon as the tap happens, it might not be. So just jiggling things around. I understand the call. It's really hard to remove if they knows this, but the triple was really there.
Right out of the hand, she did a really good job in keeping that rock straight.
가면 안 돼. 가면 안 돼.
Bounced off pretty hard, rolled a little bit farther than they wanted, peeking out around the other side of that corner guard there.
Yep, and we'll see if Team Morrison wants to take on that run.
I don't hate the hit and roll because we've got the outside of this.
Yeah, I like hitting the open one as well right now. Keep it simple. The roll is always good. Even if they don't roll, it's not terrible. Team Ha still has a ton of work to do.
2/3.
2/3. Okay.
Yeah, the nose isn't actually that bad here because even if you roll in just a shade to sit third shot, at least you're not leaving them something to freeze onto in the middle there.
Yeah.
Clean!
Whoa, whoa.
Clean! Yep! Whoa!
Hard!
Yep!
Hard!
Yep!
Hard!
Hard!
I think this
Really
looks
good,
pretty
really gotta
good.
go. Okay.
I think red is shot over that yellow. Looks really close from over here.
I think it's red. I think it's red for 3 right now.
Oh, but Ha tapping her own rock.
Be like,
Oh.
oh, nice.
You know, can't always trust the camera angle, so
Very true. But you can, from the words of Mike Libis, you can definitely trust the pin placement.
absolutely. You know what? I trust that guy with my life, so he's especially ice making.
And Ha just drawing around their guard. I don't know if you want to be completely buried here, if you want to try and peek out a little bit to try and Christmas tree those rocks.
I think you just want to be fully buried. This is coming a little bit deep though.
Yeah, looks pretty heavy. Definitely will be back of the rings here.
아니 조금만 오자. 그냥 오자. 더블 때문에 오자. 14?
Kind of left them that double.
Yeah, it's either that or the garden, but
I like this.
okay. She said 3/4, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so pretty much all they can see, even if they just remove one here and jam, it's looking pretty good.
Whoa, clean, close. Yep.
Yep.
Whoa, whoa. No, 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 no.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Sounds like it was maybe falling out there, but
Good.
great
Good throw.
shot.
Should be Jen.
Yeah, no mistake there. Ha is in a lot of trouble. This is where you have to debate, do you ever just try to make a couple of doubles and go and blank the end?
Yeah, you could always try and hit and roll too, or you can even try and just freeze on that red, so that if Morrison ever makes a mistake and comes a little bit tight, rips out one of their own, or has to get rid of their one of their own to get rid of yours, kind of gives you the opportunity to blank if you really, really need it.
Yep. This is really moving. God, I'm always so afraid on these, even as a skip, I'm like, holy cow, they get so close to the guard.
Kind of heavy here too, though. That rock will peek out, and I think that red is
still kinda
still
like-
shot over that yellow.
Yep.
Oh, good.
So Team Ha being fourth shot there.
It's still kind of like the peel. She's maybe going to come again. But
I couldn't.
yeah.
Now they're debating the peel.
Sophie shot nice. Just like
No
us,
need to
make your
stick
finish.
around on this at all. When we know that Team
like
Ha
this.
could wrap around their
Yeah, like
corner one more time,
post it a little bit, it's
potentially.
an edge foot cover.
So they're just gonna rip this one out.
Yeah,
Just made
probably
a
this
shot
feels-
so similar to this, almost the same line. So
Yeah,
Don't think-
getting a little bit late in the end for Team Ha here. After this shot, you're gonna be looking at 3 here, and 2 is kind of hard if you're relying on that corner guard now.
Whoa! Clean!
I would agree. This
Yep,
also looks
yep.
quite good. So no mistakes
Clean,
there.
clean, clean. Good, Jen. Good sweep, Sophie.
Great shot, clean the whole way. What you love to hear as a thrower and a sweeper, especially when you're a 3-man.
Yeah, now Team Ha's gonna think about freezing and maybe
Tapping.
I think probably the freeze. You gotta think on this one, but maybe they'll try a hit. I think it's pretty late to play a tap, unfortunately.
근데 이거 했을
on either stone, even the 4-foot stone. If you play a tap, Team Morrison still has quite a few options to get rid of it, and then you're looking at a very, very tricky shot.
The draw is really hard because you don't know if you're even going to be sitting. You're not going to be sitting shot after this. Could always play the hit and roll at dead nuts, I think, right into that back red. At least you'll have one less red to deal with. You're most likely going to be sitting second shot after that.
Yeah.
Hard shot though.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, are they drawing? Yes. I believe so. Just trying. Sorry, I'm
trying to gauge where they're going to put the broom down here for the shot.
I think it will be a corner draw again. Not a bad call. I think they can get second shot off of this as well. If we see this made, I think Team Morrison is going to throw up the guard, if not another one in the rings, and then it'll be quite hard to score more than one.
Yeah, the important thing here is making sure you're behind that guard.
And shot.
And second shot for sure.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is just to be second shot, and then Team Morrison has to chase you, and then push comes to shove, have a pretty open shot for one. But
this looks really good.
And it'll stop for second shot. So now Team Morrison's going to have a decision to make if they want to play that run or just.
How much we have, so I don't think it's
It looks like nothing, but
It looks like nothing for me as well. So I think they're just going to draw another one in.
Yeah, great shot by Team Ha there.
Yep. Yep. Still is going to be very, very tough on her last, but.
Yeah. I still like the ice. Yeah. Well, it landed here, but I think you were quite punchy with it, so I think it will get there.
Talking a little bit how they want to
Even if
make
we're,
this
like,
shot
frozen on
here.
this side, Jen, it's still good. Yeah.
are we good? What's this shot, sorry?
We're trying to freeze the inside.
Okay.
Her shot is the in-off. So we're
Okay.
just trying to take that away.
Try freeze it inside
Yeah.
that, right?
If we're here, it's also not bad, so.
Okay, yep. Okay.
The tap is also okay.
What did she say? Tap's also okay, okay. Yep.
If this shot is made, it'll be interesting to see what Ha plays. They might only have a slash or an in-off to try and get their two here.
Line's good.
Wait, pretty close.
Long as we're filling. Way all mate.
Please,
Hard.
needs to go.
Looks really, really close. Just breaking there on the line.
Hard, you
But
gotta go. Hard, you got it.
Looks like they're
Hard, Sophie, you
gonna
got it.
sneak by
Go,
here.
go, go,
yeah,
go,
I
go.
feel confident.
But I think they have that thin in-off to try and get two here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, left them something for two. Shoot, just needed to be a foot deeper, and it actually would have left Team Ha with maybe nothing.
Yeah, and that's where it's really nice to have a second sweeper on those shots.
Yep, and I think only one shot option here is just that in off for two.
Yeah, that path has been sitting a while, so thought it was pretty close out of her hand. Wonder if it just surprised her with how much it was going to come down with that path sitting for the past end.
Yeah, and just knowing that you can also be a little bit light. Two, I know with all those red rocks in the ring seems not great, but it's not bad. Worst case scenario, Team Morrison goes up one with hammer in the last end here, which is still very much an advantage.
Not what Ha would love to see though, especially having that chance for 6.
Yeah.
Look like they're really trying to carve this.
it looks close.
Oh, what a shot.
Yeah, no mistakes there. That is a great shot to keep them in the game.
Still a good end.
Yep, we're at 2 for Team Ha with that shot right there. A great double. So we're going into the last end, 7-6 for Team Morrison with Hammer. Center.
And we are back. Potentially the last end here, but looks like Team Ha has got a couple good center guards. Unfortunately for that one, not quite getting to center, giving Morrison the opportunity to throw a tick shot here.
Yep, and you definitely take those opportunities when you get them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Tick shots not being quite as thrown as often as they used to be with that center line rule coming into play.
Yeah, we'll see if this will be a good one here. It's not terrible if it isn't. There's still a double peel, but really good opportunity.
Seems pretty close, just cleaning.
Yep.
Little knife action.
It's really close. Really, really close. Maybe a bit heavy, but I think it's quite close. 2 sweepers on this.
I don't know if is that allowed in Canada rules?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You know what? I don't know.
I don't know if it is. Have to check the ruling on that.
It's been a long time since I've seen 2 sweepers on a tick, actually.
It's been a while since I've seen a tick, to be honest.
Either way, it goes back up. Team Ha is going to get the opportunity to draw around. And these, I love these last ends. It's so standard, the play. You throw up 2 centerline guards, or you throw up maybe 2 corners. But
always rocks in play, that's
yeah,
for sure.
In this end, the most important people for when you're trying to steal is actually your second. This rock here is going to determine how hard Team Morrison's last rock is, potentially. If they make it right on the top pin, it's going to be a very, very hard score if they can't make contact on double peels now. It's exciting. It's nice when the front end players get to determine determine the outcome of a game. So
Not on this one yet. Seems to be running here. Might be a
Yeah.
little heavy for them.
it does look a little bit heavy, and
They haven't really touched it, but looks like it'll be pretty nice. Yeah, good shot there. A little bit deeper than they wanted, but
really great shot.
really great shot.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, it just curls up an inch at the end. Right?
Yep.
And if you're wondering what's going on in baseball, I think it's still 1-0 for the Jays.
1-0. Gotta love to see that.
Every Jays games now, I just hold my breath for the full 5 million years it takes to play a game of baseball.
Just
Really
over the
close.
top there, but super close on that double. We'll give Haw the opportunity to make it a little bit better, hopefully touching that center line.
근데 언니 이게 난 좋을 것 같은데. 약간 바꿔. 근데 엄청 언더보다니까
Yep.
괜찮아.
Now you just never want to overthrow this. Give it to your sweepers to get right over the line. These one guards are harder than you think to make.
Don't I know it? Yeah. I think I've hogged one this year, trying to make a high center. Not the lead I used to be anymore, but now going to the second.
Yeah, just a little bit harder.
라인 타이트. 라인 잡아야 되나? 웨이트만 좋아. 라인 좋아. 아니 라인 좋아.
And they're definitely sweeping the whole way.
Looks like it'll be over though.
I think it looks not bad, but
And starting to curl it, so that's how you definitely know it'll be over.
yeah,
Usually if things are dire, you're like, I can't curl this rock.
yeah. Really good
Just a double
shot.
rip kinda
About
blocks
as
his
good as
tap.
you can get it.
I don't mind a single right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's a tight one.
Sophie is just deciding not worth the double peel. Kyler and I had this debate last night that he thinks you should always play the double peel, but in situations like this,
Totally don't need
you're almost always sticking around, and maybe you have to play it so thick as a thrower that you could stick around and block the draw path on one side. So I don't mind a single here.
I agree. And it's so hard to do, but the last thing you want is a triple stuffing.
Yeah.
Or just like with that red one in the back 8 there, the last thing you want to do is go stuff, clip that one on the button, but then have a jam on the back of that one, then have yellow somehow sit 2 in the house.
You know, that'd be incredibly unlucky.
Super unlucky, but it's happened. It feels like it's happened to us a couple times, so.
All right, they have to switch turns here, Team Ha. I like peeling the lower one there too. Still, Team Morrison's in a little bit of trouble. As long as they can still keep peeling that low one, stealing 2 is going to be quite hard for Team Ha.
Yeah, I agree.
바깥쪽으로. 라인 좋아. 바깥쪽? 라인 좋아. 라인 좋아. 그대로.
Of course, and the argument is eventually you will just have to start double peeling
웨이트 좋아. 라인
and
좋아.
taking those chances as you get farther into the
라인
end.
좋아. 조금 더.
So then when you see a perfect guard made right here, you have to debate a little bit more if you're willing to take the risk. It's getting quite late in the end not to.
Joy the single.
Yeah, this double peel is incredibly hard. You're almost just nosing that rock and leaving the high one regardless. Just opting for the single
Just
peel
my
here.
like concern is we block the tap with a double.
It looks like
Looks like over on sheet 1, Park and Sturmey are going into an extra end, kicking all the rocks up, seeing them on the corner of the screen there.
What you say?
So I believe with going into the extra end, Park will have hammer.
No, the
Ah,
in-turn
okay.
tap way better than out-turn.
okay.
And if we make the double peel, like you're just blocking the tap. But
Yeah, fair. Yeah, Jem was just like you could get all 3, but
I agree, you
it's-
can't
But
get all
it's
three.
it's maybe risky. Do we just single and then? It's just thinking about what I'm doing my next one, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Do you like single then?
Yeah.
She still likes single.
Yeah, and if you're wondering
still
about
likes the
the
single.
Savo Grand Prix men's final that's happening right now, Team Van Amsterdam and Team Goskins are tied in the 7th end. Team Van Amsterdam has hammer, but gave up a steal in end 6. Opting for just the single peel, I believe, here.
Yep.
But
Hard!
might work out to a double peel.
Call right out of the
No.
hand, but looks like the sweeper has done their job.
Yeah,
Pulled it out a bit.
perfect.
Always got to thank your sweepers for those moments, for sure.
Yeah, this will be a debate with Team Ha to whether they throw one more guard or if they decide to come in to the button. I understand their perspective there. Right now, Team Morrison has the tiniest little tap to get shot rock on their last, and it's something they've been playing all game, so definitely not the hardest shot in the world to score in the end.
No, especially with throwing that intern in that spot, you know that it's going to curl for you.
Yeah, but opting for one more guard, I don't mind this either. It eliminates the chance for having to play a run early and just getting rid of everything. Then all of a sudden your steal attempt goes out the window completely. So I don't mind this.
Yeah, I'm putting the guard up, just making them kind of run out of rocks for options here. You have one really, really nicely positioned on that button. This looks pretty good. Yeah, no chance at a double peel there without leaving a center again.
I agree, but even if they leave a center, they might be able to get rid of all 3 rocks at the risk of leaving a centerline guard. I think it'd be incredibly unlucky to stuff, so they're going to give it a try now.
Right out of the hand, but it looks pretty close. Oh, and just going by.
Yeah, that is so sad. It's
So sad, but
close.
they also, on that right-hand side, maybe have blocked off a little bit of their draw path.
I agree. I don't think it'll really come into play. I think they're going to be playing a tap or a run on their last anyway, so they might not care too much. You want to go give us an update on the Team Sturmey Park game? See how many rocks are left?
Yeah, absolutely.
그게 태희 언니 거야 이거. 이게 태희 언니 라인. 괜찮지 않아? 난 괜찮을 거야. 근데 지금 얼음 물러지면서 펄 좀 생겼더라고. 오케이. 좋아. 2. 2에 기다려. 맞아. 지금 많이 물렀지.
릴리즈는 해주는 거.
네. 붙어 있어?
Alright, and a sweep right out of the hand. Oh, no.
아니 라인 들어가고 있어. 림이야.
Actually decided to
여덟 아홉.
curl it.
스트레이트.
It looks really, really close though. The line.
그냥 와야 돼. 더 가야 돼. 더 가야 돼. 더 가야 돼. 더.
That is a great shot. I don't think you can get much better than that. The run is the only call right now. But we'll see if it pays off for Team Ha to play this shot.
You really held so.
The thing about the shot that Ha just threw, though, is it is a little bit high side. So if Morrison hits this, I believe, on the high side, I think that back yellow actually jams into the back red.
Yeah. Yep, I believe it does. I'm not sure if
Straight here.
not sure if Team Morrison cares at all. I think they're pretty confident they can make a draw to the 8 foot. They just want to get these right now they don't have a score.
Please.
Yeah, really hard to score from that.
No. Curl, curl, curl,
Looks
curl,
really
curl.
close.
Oh,
Great shot.
nice shot.
Great shot.
Left a center guard. So
Yeah, the only
Hall will,
negative.
yeah,
but
Hall will have the opportunity to draw around that.
yeah, really good shot though. Didn't even jam on the back. It's about as perfect as you can make that.
A little bit of an update on sheet 1. We're just getting into seconds rocks. When I had left there was a center guard and a guard kind of off to the edge of the 4 foot for Stirling. And Park made a really good shot to come and sit top 4 around.
And then I see Team Kang has qualified on the other B side game.
Nice against Ueno.
Yeah, against Ueno. So now alive in the C is either Team Morrison or Team Ha, depending on who loses this game. And then Team Ueno also goes down to the C. Then we have Team Toranzoni, Team Yoshimura, and Team Schwaller holding on to their lives in the C.
라인 좋아. 라인 들어가고 있어.
The Supers like it. They're curling it quite early.
It looks like this really isn't coming over here.
Yeah, I sort of agree. It's coming over now.
Oh, they really want us to get buried here, which they won't.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, about half open.
Do you like 12?
They're gonna throw 12. I
don't
like
think
it.
you're rolling far as long as you get to like 2,000.
Yeah, that was a question I had too, is what if they just pick it over the top of that red one? There's quite a lot of room in between those.
I think I'm
My first thought was
definitely a
tap,
tap.
so
Like
it's
that.
easier
That's
than
the
the
less
second.
risky option. You even if you
I like
jam
12-5,
the
yeah.
tap, you're probably sticking in the 8 foot anyway and gonna win the game. So if you
I
pick
think
it
we can hold it here and carve
hit
it. So as
in the
long as
wrong
weight's
spot,
close,
all of a
okay?
sudden you've given Team Ha the steal.
Yeah, it's definitely curls here when we were watching a few ends go.
So going 12-5. Okay, sounds good.
Update, it looks like Team Schwaller has pulled it off against Henderson.
Yep.
So the winner of Park and Sturmey will go against Schwaller later on tonight to see who qualifies through the C over there. Ueno looks like they're playing Richards in their qualifier with the Richards over Rano win.
All right, and this looks like it's curling. They're
Really running straight now. They may have overcalled this.
oh no,
Oh no.
really.
And good shot. Looks
Great
like that
shot.
red sticks on the side. Looks like a Morrison win.
Yes, Team Morrison into playoffs. Awesome. Thanks everyone, and tune in tonight to watch some C final action.
I thought it felt like a draw. I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh no, it's not a draw. We'll watch your back. Sorry guys.
You could have told me this one stopped here because I was like, oh no.
Oh, sorry, I just want to be just to be sure. I was like watching you. Ah, okay, we're good. Oh my god. Wow. Pick up, my heart is racing.
That's true. Thank God we
Oh,
don't
that
have to
was
play again.
That was stressful. That was.
Do you want to change